Hi, I'm gonna try something new. I got a box today. It came to work. I think I know what's in it. I'm not 100% sure because what I know is who said it was that my stuff got delivered. But it's from Ingram Micro, a distributor, not who I ordered it from, but probably still what I think it is. So we'll find out. And if it is what I think it is, then I will show the whole series of from right now till it's completely installed and done. So we'll see what the fates have delivered to me today. That's what I thought it was. A Google Nest. We have a third-party hand-me-down thermostat running the house right now. My mother-in-law needs a new one. I think this would be a good one for her. Somebody else doesn't think it would be. So in order to find out, I've got to get one. And here it is. So let's see what it looks like. It's a nice box. It was on sale. I got a discount. Wasn't a huge discount, but you know, I got it. We'll see what's in here. See if I can get it open. For this stuff being so easy to tear, it's sure hard to get into. More seals. Why do they gotta make them so hard? Why isn't it just in a brown paper bag? It's not like you pick it off a shelf and say, oh, I like this one because the box is cool. Ooh, and that's fancy. It's got another little tab I'm supposed to pick up. How are you supposed to get it out? Ooh, and then it comes out. Feels nice. It's got a little connector in the back. I chose the white one because it's going on a white wall. I kind of liked the copper one because maybe copper and oak, which the trim might match. I went with white. So there's the thermostat. There are some instructions. A couple of screws. A screwdriver. Wonder how much this cost. It's magnetic. Huh. Another tool for the toolbox. Oh, and then this is the thing that it mounts on. It tells me to turn off the power. Why would I do that? Well, that's kind of cool. I'll get a picture of this, but it's got little things for hooking up the wires on. And then the little connector that mates up with the back of that. Nice! What else is in here? There's more stuff in here. More packaging. More screws. Oh, these are the screws that mount it to the mounting plates. Ah, more screws. It's kind of cute. The screws are sitting in these little holes here. They're on either side. Interesting. Get the screws out from there. There's a steel mounting plate for going over the plastic mounting plate, it looks like. That way, if you got kind of an ugly wall or holes behind it, and I may have holes behind mine, you can mount these things to it. And, oh, that's cute. You can mount these things to it to cover it up. And the thing that's cute is maybe you can see that those slots are a little wide, which means that if you don't get this thing mounted perfectly flat, you can still adjust it a little bit to fit. I like that. That's cute. That's a nice touch. Of course, I'm assuming they intended to do that. And the box. So that's what's in my box with the Nest. Thermostat, interconnect plate. Oh, that's cool. the interconnect plate's got a level. So you can make sure that it's level. I'm not sure why that's all important, but might as well. Mounting plates, bezel. Cool. Next I'll figure out if it's gonna work. Here we go. We're gonna put this thing in here. Gotta take out the old Honeywell and see what I've got behind it. It's a pretty decent thermostat, but looking for a new one. In here I've got some wires of different types, and I've shut the power off, but I want to make sure. It's not a lot of voltage, but it's still probably a good idea. So I'm going to touch the green, and I'm going to touch the red. Nothing. 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 All right, should be safe. It's not a lot of power, but really don't want to have it coming on while I'm doing all this. We'll pull this thing off. Now they've used some pretty big wall anchors in this one. And I don't feel like plugging them up and doing all that work. So I'm going to use the bezel that'll cover up these holes where the wall anchors were. And I've gotten kind of lucky because there's a stud right there. So I am going to mount the metal bracket to it because I'll get a really good firm grip there. So I need to disconnect all these things. I took a picture of them, so that should be okay, I think. We'll see what happens. Got this handy screwdriver that they included, two-sided thing. It's not my favorite screwdriver, but it's a screwdriver. Everybody remember that blue is C. Will that be helpful? Because I have to connect these to it. C, G, yeah, close enough. If it doesn't work, what's it gonna do, right? It's not like it's not controlling an electrical device that's powered by gas that could blow up the entire house, set the place on fire while we're sleeping. That would be a very 2020 situation, wouldn't it? All right. Hide that in there. This is that metal bracket. And I'm going to try to kind of center it between those two holes. And then I'm going to put a couple of screws in it, make sure it's level. So I've got this on here, kind of where I want it, a little tweaking, make sure it's nice and level on both directions. We'll call that good. I'm gonna put one screw, I hope. Oh, that's gonna suck. This would have been easier if this was an electrical box. That's what this thing's actually intended for, is to go on an electrical box. But I kind of do things my way. Knocks the pictures off the walls and everything. It's just a family photo. Make sure it's still level. It's not. Oh, wow. Wind very well, so I'll pay a little bit more attention on this one. These are actually meant to go straight into the drywall. Well, that was fun. Turns out I hit a screw and busted off the screw that came with it. So the screws that come with it are not necessarily built for screwing into wood. So if you're going to screw them into the stud, understand they may not stand it. Then I tried to run another screw into another hole and encountered one of the drywall screws. So with a little bit of fiddling around, I finally got a screw back in there. And we're back underway. I'm going to put the bezel on, feed these wires through it, make them a little bit straighter. Wow, some of them are really long and some of them are really short. That was not the original thermostat that came with the house. We replaced it. The one that came with the house was really crappy. We're gonna move on to wiring this thing up. Supposed to run it all through here. Oh, this is gonna get fiddly, isn't it? It's a family channel, so I'm gonna have to make sure I keep my language good. Not that I would use bad language. Ever. But sometimes little projects like this encourage colorful language. Especially if a hammer's involved. Little snug, not tight, just snug. This is my favorite screwdriver. If you're looking for a screwdriver to be your favorite, get one of these. All right, so I'm gonna start with the short wires. And the blue goes to C. I don't know why. Maybe for the blue C. All right. And I'm going to put the next yellow one, the Y one. Now there's a Y1 and a Y2. It doesn't say which ones it's supposed to go into. So I'm going to put it into Y1. Because why not? I have a brown one. I don't think it was connected. Was it? I've got a white one, and we're going to put the white one to W1 because it's got a W2 also, and but W2 is labeled auxiliary. So since I do not have a heat pump, I'm assuming that's what that's for. I'll put G in green. I have two R's. RH and RC. Okay. After consulting a little bit on the old thermostat, we decided that RH is the one for our heater. That makes sense, doesn't it? I'm guessing. Feel free to correct me in the comments or by sending me money. If you disagree, send a 10. If you agree, send a 5. See if I can get it back in here. These things are really fiddly and I didn't bring any pliers or anything up the stairs with me. All right. So, once they're all in, these little tabs stay down. I've got everything in the colors they're supposed to go in. I think everything is good. I'll get the nest. I guess nest is the line. This is the Nest Learning thermostat. And I believe just gotta line everything up. And it's installed. So we're ready to turn it on. The thermostat's downstairs, or the circuit breaker's downstairs. So you're gonna stand here and watch while I run downstairs. You will get to see what happens before I do. You ready? Oh, you gotta watch that. Gotta see what that does. What'd they knock down?
You didn't, I did. I backed into it.
That's very Google looking. Oh. Well, I don't know. Let's go with homeowner. Yeah, that's how I connected it. Oh, C means common. That's good to know. My system. Heating, cooling, and fan. Yep. Mine's gas. It's forced air. All right. I think that's that. I got to figure this next part out. All right, so we've downloaded the app and we've got it to a point after connecting it with Google. And we'll continue. It wants to know a name, so we'll call it home. And then we've got to give it some information. I don't want the store promotions. We'll take some of the other information. We don't want it to detect whether we're here or not because, well, there's multiple people here. So we could be gone with the phone and it still think that we are gone and change it. So we don't want that to happen. We'll allow the notifications. And now it wants to access our camera. So I'll tell it it can access the camera. I'll give it a QR code because that's what it wants. It's already installed. Want it to pick our Wi-Fi. I got to give it a code. Yeah, you were hoping you'd get the code, weren't you? Yeah. All right. Get to do that again, don't I? Next.
Google has a video on setting this up also, or Nest does. It's a lot fancier. It's a lot more elegant, and it doesn't have all the mistakes in it. Hey, look at that, added to our account. Use the Nest to set up the thermostat. I don't know if I want to reset the device or not. Where did I put the thermostat? I put it upstairs. Auto schedule. Well, I don't know. We'll leave it at the default. We'll see how it goes. Which mode should you use today? Well, I only have a heating mode, so let's do that. And we'll say we're done. I see what it did. Should we test it now? Let's test it now. Heating. And the heater started up. You probably can't hear it. I can hear it. Heat's been turned off. It may take a little bit of time. That's true, it will. And it did. Let's see if the fan works. Fan came on. Fan turned off. We'll call it done. What should we set the heat to? How about right there? All right. I think that's all there is to it. If there's anything else, I'll let you know.